Hello, welcome to this video in which I'm going to be covering Cisco SD WAN Templates. My name is Roger Perkin, I'm a CCIE based in the UK, and if you've been following along the SD WAN tutorial series, welcome to the next lesson. And if this is your first time on the channel, welcome also. I've been building this topology over the last few weeks, and we've now got to a point where I'm going to be pushing configurations out to the vEdge devices. So with that said, let's get straight into the topic, Cisco SD WAN templates and device templates, which is a way that you can configure all these devices with templates. So to do that, you need to be in Cisco vManage. And to get into the configuration templates, you go into configuration and then templates. Now I just need to explain how the concept of the templates works. So you have two things, a device template and a feature template. The device template is as it sounds for the device, so you would create a template for each type of device that you have, for each router and for each different model of router. And then the feature templates then provide elements in that configuration for more specifics like VPNs, interfaces, and AAA, SNMP, any other bits that you want to add on to your configuration. So what you do is you build a base template here, and then within that base template you add in all the bits that you want. So let's say I've got this template here. Now to create a new one, you just create template, and you can then do it from a feature template. So if I click on new feature template, you pick the device model that you are configuring. So let's say we're doing the vEdge cloud device, and this will create a base template to work from. And then for each device within here, you can then create other features. So each one of these is a feature within this template. So within the base template for this device, we've got the transport VPN 512 and 0 for the transport and 512 for the management. So what I've done is I have created different feature templates for each one. So let's go into there and show you. And also I will say that there are another feature called the CLI template, where you can just create raw CLI information, place it into here, and then fire it as a template as well. So with that said, this is the base template for the device. And then this is the feature template, which I connect all these bits together. So I've created for my vEdge cloud device main site. So this contains all the information for the SD WAN, so the site ID and the system IP and anything that's related to SD WAN. Then I've got a VPN 0 template, a VPN 512 template, and then the interface for each one of those that relates to those VPNs. So let's start with the VPN 0, and then to edit the template you click on the three dots and you edit it. So these are all the options that you can apply to the VPN 0 template. So I give it a name, give it a description, and then we've got basic configuration, DNS, OMP routes, and this is where you apply the route. So the IPv4 route, which is very critical for getting out from your network. So let's go through these. So I've got VPN 0. Now the globe here is a global value, so that applies to everything. And then I've put a DNS server in here. We're not advertising anything and I've got an IPv4 route. Now this is the critical part of the VPN 0 template for me, is the default route. So you just can click on the edit button here. The prefix will always be 000/0, and then I want to specify a next hop, but the next hop is going to be different for every vEdge cloud device. So I then create a device specific key, and I've called the key VPN 0 IPv4 next hop. So when I go to push this template and attach it to a new device, vManage will prompt me for the values that need to go in here. So that is the VPN 0 template, and then the interface that connects along with VPN 0 is this one here, GE00. So if I edit this template, now this is where you apply the IP address of that interface. So we'll just go to the top. So this is the template that I've called vEdge. That should be a B actually. So that's branch, so that's the description. So this is branch vEdge GE00. So the basic configuration, it's not shut down. The interface name is GE00. I've put a description of internet. Now, the IP address is a static address, and here I've created a device-specific key. So the key here is VPN 0 IF IPv4 address. So when I go to push this, it will prompt a value to be entered in here. Now we turn on tunnel interface because we need a secure connection back to the controller. And that's all I've got set in there for the moment. And the same for 512. So for the management, I've created a VPN 512 template, and then we've got the ETH0, which is the VPN 512 interface. So we'll go in there. Now this is very confusing until you've actually done it a few times, so I would highly suggest that you build a lab for this and just work through these, because until you've put it together yourself, it's very hard to get your head around. So the VPN interface for ETH0, same process, not shut down. That's the interface name, that's the description, and then the IP address, I've got VPN 512 IPv4 address, and that's the value. So once you've created all the features, when you're in the main device template, and we'll edit this one, you can see under the transport and management, this is where you select, so you can have the factory default one, but I've selected my branch vEdge VPN 0 template for here, and then the VPN interface, I've selected it there, and the same for 512 here, and the ETH0 interface is there. So that ties together the device with all the features. Now, if you want to change device values, this is where things will pop up and show you. So these are the three vEdge devices that I've got active at the moment. And if I wanted to change some configuration on this device, I would edit this device template. So this is where everything then comes together, and as you can see, all of the variables can be put into here. So where I had those device templates, this is the same values that go in. So for the VPN 512 IPv4 next hop address, that is this. The VPN 512 IPv4 address is this one with a /24 mask. And then the VPN 0 next hop is that. The VPN 0 IPv4 address is this. The host name goes here, system IP, and the site ID. So these are all variables. Now let's show you. So I'm going to jump onto the management of my vEdge 3 device. I'll show you how you then push a configuration with the template. So this vEdge 03 device, I've got the host name as vEdge 03. Now I'm going to update the device template for just that device, and I'm going to change the host name to vEdge 03-YouTube, so you can see that the value will change. So I've literally just edited the device specific template for vEdge 03. We click next. Now it will ask me which devices it's going to do. So it will say that this configure action is going to be applied to 3 devices. Because all the 3 devices were there, it's going to push all the 3 devices. But I only want to actually push it to vEdge 03. So I'm just going to select that one. And then this is the great thing. What it says is this is the config that's going to be pushed. Now if you click on config diff and then do a side-by-side diff, here you will see everything that's going to change. So we've highlighted the current host name is vEdge 03, but the device name here is vEdge 03 YouTube. So that's what's going to be pushed. And then I click configure devices and I hit OK. And then this will think about it. And it probably takes no, it's actually it's applying it to all 3, but it won't apply any changes to these 2 devices because nothing changed in that template. So vEdge 03 success, that config change has been pushed. So let's bring in the command line. So now if I hit enter on here, you can see the host name of that device has changed to vEdge 03-YouTube. Just to validate that nothing's changed on vEdge 1. So this one is still vEdge 01. It didn't change the prompt on there because no changes were made to that template. So I'm going to go back in and undo that change now. So templates, feature templates. These are all the feature templates, but if I want to make a change, I have to go into devices. And you can see now the host name has updated to vEdge 03. And you can see what's happened there. Let's go back into templates. Change device values. And I want to just edit this one. Edit that device template. And I only want to change the host name back to vEdge 03. Update. Next. Yeah, there isn't a way to stop this pushing to those 3 devices because they've all been attached to the same template. So the idea of the template is that you build on layers on top of each other, so you have your base template, and then any extra feature you would add on another feature template to provide that functionality. So once this is done, I'm just going to add on another feature so we can see, and I'll build a new template from the start. So that's all been pushed. And then my prompt on vEdge 03 should have changed. Yeah, so that's gone back to vEdge 03 on its own. So that configuration now has been pushed. So let's go back into templates. And let's say that I wanted to add another feature on here. So let's go. So you would start with your base template and you would edit it. Now here's some additional templates here: banner, policy, security. So let's change a banner. So as you can see, there are no templates specified for the banner. So I'm going to create a template, and this is now vEdge Cloud template name. I'm going to call this branch vEdge banner 01. And then we're going to have a login banner or an MOTD banner. So let's say this is a global value. So hello, this is a banner. Save that. So now you can see under additional templates, I've got banner, and that's been put in there. And that's a global value that will occur across all devices. And if we just go and hit next, this will now say, do you want to push the change? Yes, I do. And once this is processed, we will see the banner. I'll log into the device. So this is actually using, was it netconf to push all the changes out? Go through. And we'll bring the window across so you can see the banner is currently, oh, it's there already. So now you can see I've got hello, this is a banner. Let's go on to vEdge 1. Yep, there's a banner there. And vEdge 2, there's a banner as well. So I've actually applied a banner to 3 devices. And if we go back into the templates, you can see under feature, now this banner template has been added into the feature side. So every time we go into the main device and we add in another element of the template, it builds out a specific feature under here. And then this banner, it shows it's attached to 1 device template, and it's attached to 3 devices, and it's attached to vEdge 01, 02 and 03. So what would happen if we had a new device? So we wanted to bring on a different router. So I'd create a new template, and I would pick the device that the new installation we're doing. So let's say we're going to put in a 4461, and I would call this, let's say we're going to data centers, so I call this DC 4461 base config for 4461 installed in DCs. And under here, I would then go to VPN 0, and I don't want to use the factory default. I'm going to create my own. So I click on Create Template. Now you do need to know, what the actual device differences are. So on here, this is VPN 0. The DNS is the same, and this is the same. IPv4 route is the same. So you could do a new template, or you could reuse the existing template, because once you've gone through all these elements, if everything matches up and there's no difference in having a new template, then you would duplicate what you're doing already. So in that case, I would say for VPN 0, you would need to do this and create a template. And I'm going to call this one DC 4461 base. Save that. So because I've created a new device, this now lets me create a whole new feature, all the new features that I need to add into that. So I'm going to pause this video now, and hope to see you in the next one. So take care and keep learning.